The Apocalypse Players present an uncommon burial. A Call of Cthulhu 7th edition scenario written by Danann McAleer in the style of M.R. James. With Joseph Chance as Dr. Henry Carraig-Muire, Dan Wheeler as Reverend Perregrine McCutcheon, Dominic Allen as Lady Helen Marjorie Bjarmia Potts, and Danann McAleer as the Keeper of Arcane Lore. Part 22. Infernal Squeezing.
And at the last moment, without looking up at you, you see this glint in the hand, and they launch upwards, and you feel this sort of impact in your armpit as you sort of like raise your hand up.
No.
You feel this impact in your armpit. It's like being, the only way to describe it would be maybe like as if someone had like a white hot pin and they just punched you with it. Like there's this cold and hot at the same time.
Oh no.
And the impact like knocks you off the thing. You don't fall into the water or anything, but it knocks you onto the floor, and you take 1 hit point of damage.
Yeah, but it's not about
It's not
that,
necessarily.
No.
And this guy,
Well, they're just called mooring bollards.
no, you're called mooring
Surely.
bollards. And that's what you shout as you fall from the plinth or the mooring bollards. And but this guy, it's the strangest thing because obviously
bollards.
Maureen Bollards.
My neck. That's
That's your next character.
When Perregrine dies, you're going to come back as Maureen Bollard.
Really good improv.
Woman in the crowd who just
It's like
the name. Yes. Go look out.
But it's weird because it's like however subtle this guy was trying to be in the sort of following of you and the attack, obviously the crowd sort of turns and sees you're still wearing your dog collar at this point, right? Basically sees a vicar or a reverend being sort of assaulted, and it's like people, you hear shouts. This guy, it's like you hit the floor, you feel this impact on your armpit, this like white hot, ice cold at the same time, sort of. It's like this shiver runs through the side of your chest, and it's the strangest thing because he's stood above you. And he's still got this shine. It does look like a needle now that you're looking up. And he's still not looking at you. He's just looking slightly off to the left, like down at the floor. But you see him he just starts kneeling down and he puts a hand on your chest. And you see him like raise his hand up to go again. And I don't know if you want to try anything else at this point. I mean, we might have to go into dex order, I think. What's your dex?
Well, not great. 30, but they're also known as bits with 2 T's, is a German word, and sometimes they're called bit bollards, but that's redundant because bit means bollard.
Right. That's a bit like the Anglo-Saxons calling things river, you know.
Yeah, the Romans calling it your pin number.
Yeah. So but this guy, you see this guy basically like it's a really unsettling thing because it's like he's making his way down towards you. As the crowd sort of goes, you know, sort of staggers back a bit, and then you hear people shouting. You look like people might be about to intervene, but he's still just looking off to the side, down at the floor, and he sort of drops to one knee, almost sort of mechanically, and sort of grabs you by the chest, and you see him raise the hand up with the needle clenched in it again, and I mean,
is he? He's going for me, so I guess it's dodge or fight back, right?
Yeah. And I've rolled.
Crucifix him in the eye.
I'm gonna have to fight back.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like
It's the Christian thing to do.
I have no.
there's no malice in his eyes at all. His eyes are almost like sullen, like almost dead, and he's not looking at you. It's like he's sort of attacking you without any sort of focus at you. He's looking off to the side. It's really. It seems like a sort of an unnatural.
Yeah, but
attack.
I'm not sure that helps me.
No, possibly not. I mean, I know, but
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm yelling out at this point.
yeah. What are you saying? I mean, you hear the crowd. You hear the crowd sort of saying, "Oi, what's going on there?" Well, you know, like they're not from the West Country.
Last call for donkey ride.
Where the fuck are they from? Yeah, last call
Help me,
for donkey
please.
rides.
Help me.
Yeah,
This sort of stuff.
yeah.
And then I will.
That reference in trouble.
I will roll fight back to try and
Yeah,
like
great.
bash his
Yeah,
arm
do.
out of the way.
Yeah, you see, I mean, he pulls it back. It's like it's not the action of a trained fighter. It's like someone telegraphing their moves almost, which you wouldn't expect. Has that gone rather badly?
No, so I could spend the luck to pass
Sure.
this, but if it's a fight back, do I have to beat him?
Ooh. What? I can't remember. Let me get
How
the.
would it have been on your dodge?
Worse, obviously.
Yeah, to be fair, obviously.
Has anyone got the book? Oh, I don't want to kill Perregrine without,
Without putting
giving him a
fair
fair.
fight.
Oh, exactly.
Well, okay, no, I mean, if I've got to beat it, what have you? I mean, are you willing to tell me?
Well,
whether
a
you,
regular success.
so if I spent enough luck to make it a hard,
Yeah, I think that's how it works.
I mean, it's most of my luck. But if I'm a bit worried, I'm going to die.
Well, I mean, also, I guess your character doesn't know this, but you know as a player that you took 1 hit point for the last one.
Yeah, but this one, it looks like he might be about to stick it in my heart.
Well, yeah, there is that.
So let me work this out.
I feel like, it's fair that you're
And also 2 doses.
trying to avoid it.
2 doses of paralytic poison doesn't sound very good, does it? 1 dose is bad, but like you might manage to shake it off just in time for the last.
So I need to
endgame
make
ritual.
it a hard success. I need to make it a 12. I've rolled 45, so that is 33 points of luck. The age
33.
Jesus was when he died, of course.
Well, so religion. I mean, theologically, it's
But that will leave me on 7 points of luck.
which isn't great. So I guess, the question for you as a player, I suppose, would be to risk the fact that you didn't take that much damage last time and maybe hope it's the same this time. But I can't tell you, obviously, the stats on that. But as you feel the crowd sort of pulling back and sort of surging back in, and then there's you feel like people might be about to intervene, but you can't rely on this. And this guy he's above you. He's got one hand.
That's what I
hitting
feel
your
like. I
chest
feel
to
like
the
if
ground.
I manage to
You see his-
just bash him away this once, that
Yeah.
might give the crowd enough time to pull him off me.
33 luck.
It's mad, isn't it? But I think I'm gonna spend it.
Someone jerk him off.
on fight back.
I think I'm gonna spend it.
You see, as he looks down at the side, his eyes almost look black, and there's like a bloodshot appearance to the white around them. And you think in that moment, you just think back to the owl figure you saw back at Oster, and the policeman that you met the next day who was claiming to be Constable Putnam. You see a sort of similar bloodshot element, but he seems to be acting very like sort of mechanically. It doesn't seem like there's much intent apart from the physical actions that he's going through.
The owls are not what they seem.
I'm spending it. I'm spending it.
Fucking play. So you're fighting back.
I'm fighting back.
So I guess roll damage, right?
Yeah, which is, I'm unarmed, so it's 1d3 plus no damage bonus.
Even if you'd had time to get your pen off out, it's in the shop.
Yeah, it's in the shop.
I mean, I don't want to get too rules lawyery, but were you suggesting some kind of maneuver, maybe?
Was I?
Yeah.
A disarm.
Oh, are you
What's
going
his build?
Well, my build is...
But hang on, if you're defending, don't you? It doesn't matter.
I don't think I am attempting a manoeuvre, really.
Right, you're just... Yeah.
Perregrine has never found himself in this position before. I'm literally trying to pull his arm away.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I've done so with 1 point of damage.
Great.
That's neither here nor there. I just wanted to stop him stabbing me.
Well, I suppose that's why I am being rules lawyered, because you're not trying to strike him in the face. You're not saying, no, I'll hit him in first.
You're sort of batting his arm as he comes in. Is that the idea? Like, you see him sort of pull back and go for a stab, you assume?
Because isn't it a successful manoeuvre, Dom, that you've just done there? I think that's a successful manoeuvre. If you're batting his arm away...
I can't remember if you can do manoeuvres defensively. I think you can. But it doesn't really make much difference, does it? Like, if my manoeuvre was to bat his arm away...
But I think, aren't you saying that you're batting his hand with the thing away, and it knocks it out of his hand, right? That's what you're disarming him, aren't you?
Well, that's generous of you to say so, but no.
Well, I'm being very chancy about this. I'm being very chancy because I really like Perregrine and I really care about him, and he's been through a lot.
Yeah.
And I don't want him to die on the fucking docks of Whitby.
I know. I have to believe that he won't. I have faith.
I agree. I'll let it go. You're very kind. You're very generous to the rule system. And it does make a lot of sense. Yeah. The Balrog causes you 28... Yeah. No, I see your point, Dan. It's that he's not thinking that through. You're smacking his arm to try and bat it away from him.
Yeah.
Punching him in the arm to go, get off me, you beast.
Yeah. So as this sort of black-eyed, slovenly looking figure sort of, again, his eyes not focusing on you at all, his arm comes in, you slap it aside, and he goes, what? He sort of goes down on his chin, and you see like a sort of welt open up on his chin. It's like he's taken a bad fall sort of chin first onto the cobbles. And at that point you do see like a couple of people sort of run in and, grab him, and, a lady looks like a sort of a fishwife, let's say, sort of runs in and, Reverend, are you all right? Oh, you're right. And there's people trying to help you up, and there's all sorts of commotion happening around you, and you see this sort of figure, like, he's taken this blow to the chin, but he's still got this shining thing in his hand, and you can see people grabbing his arms.
He has something in his hand. Disarm him. He's some sort of needle.
As you say that, you see him, like, get a guy in the leg with it, and... You hear this yelp of pain, and the other two men around him sort of, one of them gets him around the throat with his sort of forearms, and they sort of drag him to the floor. Sort of I guess it's a sort of a Victorian version of a rear naked choke. He just puts him in a sort of a bit of a headlock, really.
Yeah.
And they sort of shake his hand up, sort of bash it against the cobbles. And again, it's strange because it's like his body seems to be struggling against this act. But again, there's like no expression on his face. He seems to be looking listlessly down at the floor the whole time. But they manage to like bang his hand on the cobbles, and you see this thing sort of skitter away. This sort of looks like a long sort of knitting needle.
I'd like to try and take it up if I can.
Yeah, well, you've got these people around you sort of fussing on you, sort of going, and you realise, like, you can feel a sort of bit of, like, wet under your arm. You realise where you've been stabbed with this thing.
Yeah.
It seemed like he was clenching it quite tight in his fist, like there wasn't that much length. So you're like, I guess that's maybe why you didn't take more damage. It's like, what do they call them? The medieval ones, the misericords, the ones that they used to use to put people out of their misery, the sort of needles that just went in under the arm, into the heart. It's like one of those, but without a hilt, and there was only a couple of inches showing. That's why you only saw the tiny glint of it. But there are people fussing over you, and you feel this dampness, but you go for the...
I'd like to, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it skitters almost to the water and then stops on the cobbles.
Let me take up his weapon. He struck me with it. I fear.
All right, Reverend. All right.
Been poisoned the tip or something. I don't know. Do you know him?
Call the police. Call the police.
Yes,
Call
please,
the constable.
please do. And do you know this man? Have you seen him before?
No. An outsider, and you hear this sort of taken up, this sort of outsider, yeah. And one of the guys cuffs him around the face, like gives him a proper like blow. But again, he doesn't react. He's sort of gone limp almost in their arms, it seems. But you get to they let you get to the sort of the harbour's edge, and you pick up this thing. It looks like a sort of Yeah, a knitting needle. It's about the length of a knitting needle made of metal.
Fuck.
And but it looks like it might be hollow.
Oh, that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah. but
Like it would be used for insemination.
well, yeah, potentially that sort of thing. And well, let's hope not, eh? But it still has this.
Sorry, Dan. Sorry.
It still has a sort of a
not.
light pink sheen down the sort of like the last 2 inches of it, where you realise it's gone in under your armpit.
Can I give it a-
You do get that sharp feeling.
Can I give it a
You have to, like-
sniff
oh yeah, please.
to see whether and my skill in natural world be able to tell me whether it's
Oh yeah, good shout.
an herb that I recognise or something. Obviously it would be better if I had something like chemistry. I've got some my botany's pretty good, but otherwise my natural world is the best. Are you happy for me to roll natural world?
Please, yeah. I'll take that.
Well, that's very good. That's an extreme success on my natural world. I could have done with that one roll ago, couldn't I? It's also a hard success on my botany.
Extreme, was it?
Yeah, extreme on natural world,
Wow.
hard on botany.
So, okay, that's interesting. So the smell, initially, it's you don't get anything except the sort of copper of blood, even though there's only a sort of a slick sheen of it on the end of the needle. But you notice, thinking with that mind on, obviously you're thinking like poison, things like that. You've already shouted that out. Maybe he's poisoned the tip.
Yeah.
You turn it over in your hands.
Just the tip.
And you do notice sort of just the tip.
Cut.
Cut that. Oh, it's too late for that. There's loads of that in. You
That time made some fans happy.
but you do notice it's sort of like a claggy residue on the sort of the end. You see this sort of residue around the sort of the hollow entrance to the needle, I suppose.
Yeah.
And sort of again, like there's this chaos going on around you, and you sort of, I guess, with your extreme success, you just managed to sort of almost extricate yourself from the crowd. They're busy with him. You see, like the guy lump the guy again. I assume you're not trying to intervene in that right this second, but they're all distracted by this guy who's attacked. So you
I'm thinking I'll maybe let him get thumped a couple more times before I wade in and tell him.
we can have a look. Yeah, exactly. But you,
Blessed will
you
be
do-
peacemakers in about 5 minutes.
yeah, quite right too. It's all about timing. But you take a step aside, and it's like the crowd is sort of focused on him now. So you get a moment, sort of in the late afternoon light, early evening, sort of. You look up, and there is this residue, and you sort of take a little bit of it on your fingers, brush it between your thumb and your forefinger. You can't get a smell off it, but the look of it, there's a sheen to it. It looks almost like dust at first, like sort of claggy, wet dust, but then there's this odd sheen to it. And you realise you've only really seen that before when... It reminds you of, like, when you, like, smush a moth on the wall. I'm sure Perregrine never would, but, like, when you've, like, accidentally, perhaps in the past, been shaking out the curtains at home, in your mother's house, perhaps, when you're, like, there looking after her, and you smear a moth, like one of those little ones, and you get that sort of silvery sort of sheen through the dust.
Yeah.
It's like
Like
that.
shimmery dust.
Almost oily, but impossible.
Almost oily, but sort of like...
Oily dust.
in a dry, oily dust, and you get the distinct impression that it's
Like ash, almost.
almost like ash. But as you think ash, you think, no, it is specifically that. It's like
Moth dust.
it's like something from a moth. It's
Oh.
that's the impression you get. And why the fuck that would be on a needle of someone attacking you is another question, I suppose. But that's the distinct impression you get as you hear these sort of thudding blows landing on the guy, and people going, outsider, fucking bastard, call the officers, call the sergeant. I mean, near a second you see them sort of...
All right, leave him be. Blessed are the peacemakers and all that.
all right, Reverend.
No, you should leave him. Leave him
It's him one last time.
The police will want to know why he did this and
No, you're right.
whether he's working with anyone.
Aye, stay away, you bastard. And they pull him back by his hair and slap him round the face. But again, it's like he's just staring down at the ground. He doesn't look catatonic necessarily. It's just like a lack of focus. And his body seems to have gone quite limp. And he's not saying anything.
I'd like to, on a weird whim, put the ring back on my finger and go towards him and try and take his face and like make him look at the ring.
Oh, interesting.
Oh
Right.
my God.
I mean,
The vicar puts on a pagan...
He already wants to kill me. So, like, me revealing
He's giving it a good go.
that I've got this ring is not going to make things any worse. I'd like to see if it has any sort of effect on him.
Yeah.
No, it was more his trust of the pagan...
I know, an
symbolism.
icon. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's
profound to me.
Yeah.
In relation to his journey.
Yeah, that's why I say it's almost like instinct. He's not thinking too much about it.
Yeah. Yeah, if he thought too much about it, he probably wouldn't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. No, so you do. So you sort of, in that moment, you feel that pull, and you remember Miriam Dag and the way his sort of attitude changed upon seeing the ring.
Yeah.
And you put it from your pocket, you slide it on, and you move towards him, and again, there's these two guys holding him. They've sort of stopped hitting him now, but you go up, and what do you sort of approach? Almost like the Pope, sort of hand out.
Yeah.
Kiss this, motherfucker.
No, given the finger. Yeah, like that. I think I just sort of hold it up in front of him, almost like a fist, like that. Like sort of grab his chin and just hold it up.
Yeah.
Right in front of his eyes.
Yeah. These guys who are sort of holding him down, you get the sense that they don't really know what you're doing at first, but you're the attack party, and also you get the party. I turned American there, but you also get the sense that they're quite they're at least a little bit reverential towards you. You know, you are a reverend, after all. Clues in the name. So they sort of, you know, they hold him there, and you grab his chin and you sort of turn his face towards your hand.
Exactly. Yeah.
To sort of show him. His eyes, again, it's like his eyes are still down to the side. It's like he's just, even as his face is brought up, his eyes stay focused on the floor. But if you sort of, you move your hand into his field of vision.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't react, I might even touch it against his face, as if I'm giving him a sort of, like, a blessing.
He does react in a sense.
Okay.
You see a sort of retraction of his irises.
Ooh.
It sort of mirrors maybe the sort of the ghostly shapes of the ammonites that Dr. Henry's been seeing under the earth. This retraction of irises, almost like the ammonite shapes, sort of the fractals. You see his pupils go large and then retract again. And he does focus in on the ring and then looks up at you and suddenly seems to have focus. But there's no, like, malice in his eyes. There's no sort of sense of hostility. But there wasn't before, except physically anyway.
Yeah.
But he's now focused on your face.
I put my hand on his forehead, maybe, with the hand that has the ring on.
Yeah.
I just say quietly to him, what afflicts you, my son?
What afflicts me? Nothing. But you have a symbol. You have a symbol. You have a symbol, and he gives the dust, and he seems to be sort of trying to. It's like he's trying to come to his senses. It's like he's under some sort of...
it's the dust.
I guess spell is the wrong word, but or maybe not. But he seems to be trying to focus his own mind as he looks up at your face and he sees this ring. He says, "You know him. You know him. He lives up there in the soil, in the earth. He lives in the soil, in the earth."
What is your quarrel with me?
Nothing. But you have to die. You have to die. You see him sort of brace suddenly.
Oh, I flinch. I jump back.
And it's like suddenly there is like a, there suddenly is this aggression in his body. And the two guys holding him sort of manage to keep him together. And you see his eyes like really now focusing in on you. And he says, but you have to die. You have to die. He that lives on the hill. He that lives up there in the soil, in the earth. You have to die for him. And he's just sort of bracing against these guys.
I stumble back away from my eyes not leaving him. I'm like clutching this needle thing, and I'm sort of stumbling backwards on my heels towards the door of the angel.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I mean, that's if you want to go, the crowd lets you go, and you just he's there, really sort of struggling. They're two quite burly fisherman types holding him down, so like they're all right, but. It's the weird sense of like he's been this unfocused sort of presence the whole time, and then suddenly he's seen you, and it's like he has an objective.
Yeah.
And you get, do me a psychology roll, just as you back away towards.
Yeah, I back away, and then I suddenly have second thoughts, and I think I don't actually want him to see me go into the angel. Back away as far as to a sort of distance where I feel like I'm at safe distance, like the other side of the road kind of thing.
Yeah.
But don't take my eyes off him and just wait to see if...
Oh, and he doesn't take his eyes off you either.
What did you say, psychology?
Yeah.
I think we call that a fumble.
Oh, tits. Really?
Psychology's 29 and I've rolled a 96.
Oh, shit.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Just.
Yeah.
Just.
Yeah.
So you...
understandably, given the conditions that you're in, I would argue.
Oh, yeah, the stress of this situation...
it all makes perfect sense.
And again, as you stagger back, again, you feel like the wet has like moved down. You realise you're sort of soaked through a bit with blood on your left-hand side, even though it's quite a slim thing and you only got him... you were only got with the tip. It's, and the stress of the situation and the sort of the melee of the crowd and all of that, you're backing away, realising you're bleeding, and this guy's eyes locked on you, and you get the distinct impression that he's trying to save you from something. It's like there's something in his eyes that are like, it's like... Maybe it's something you've only seen before from like fellow sort of priests, maybe who you've trained with, people who were like more zealous than you, or maybe when you've like sort of been with like sort of, I guess maybe when you've socialised with some Catholic priests, or people who are slightly more like zealous. No, I'm sure you wouldn't. But there's something in his eyes. It's like It's like
what kind of a show is this?
Like a sort of, I know, Catholics? Fuck me. But like a sort of piety, there's almost like a sort of, it's like he, I don't know, you love nature. Perregrine loves animals. Have you ever mercy killed an animal?
Yeah.
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 When?
I think probably...
as Perregrine or as Dan?
Perregrine, I think almost certainly, yeah.
Myxomatosis, that's always one, isn't it?
Well, that's what I was thinking, but I wonder whether that's a bit...
is that area?
Yeah.
Era specific? Sorry.
Oh, yeah, I don't know, actually. That's a good point.
Let me look.
Because it was a human-invented disease, right, to population control.
Let me look up myxomatosis.
Like Lyme disease.
Like Lyme disease.
But all the
like
same,
COVID.
I bet it was a rabbit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there'd probably been bird AIDS.
Or a hare,
perhaps. Definitely birds, of course. Deer.
Yeah.
Probably a deer's.
Oh, it was intentionally introduced in Australia, France and Chile to control wild European rabbits.
Yeah.
But maybe it already existed in Europe.
I thought it was like a human-bred virus to like population control, but it might have already existed.
Sounds like they call it a mad thing we'd do, doesn't it?
Myxomatosis is a great fucking word, though. Great Radiohead track as well.
The name is severe and fatal. Who knows?
That's pretty much every Radiohead song.
A sick rabbit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess the emotional feeling you have, like, from that, or you had at the time, that idea of, like, killing to save, you look at this guy's eyes, and there's no hostility, there's no malice. He's focused now on you, and he said, "You have to die."
Yeah,
you have to die. But his eyes, it looks like he's almost crying. Like there's a weird piety in what he's saying. You get the sense that this person is trying to save you. And there's a real longing as he looks at you. You get the sense that you should be able to trust this man in a different circumstance. Horrible. Maybe he's on some substance, maybe he's not, but you get the distinct impression that you should trust this man wants the best for you, even though he's just tried to stab you. And I guess you sort of, I don't know if you go back. I'm assuming you can feel this blood leaking down your side, and you don't go into the angel, obviously, because not give him that knowledge at least. So I say you find yourself able to disappear into the crowd if you want, and sort of maybe go around by a side route, getting through a side door of the angel if you want to go back there, or look through the window to see if there's a.
I feel like
I guess we're about to find out if there's a drink there, because we're about to cut to Marjorie before.
I feel like I ought to honour that fumble a little bit.
Horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it might cause you to. Maybe you do return if you get the distinct impression this guy has your best interests at heart.
You could do a vengeance from beyond and go back to the police station.
Vengeance from beyond.
That's the temptation.
It's all right. It'll just feel like a loop. Although it'll be 12, 13 episodes. It'll be 13 episodes. But it'll just feel like a loop between three different locations.
Great term was.
Yeah. But it's not. It's great.
Yeah. But it's just
I think I do.
Much longer.
Yeah. So you've backed away across the cobbles, almost to the point where even though he's still focused on you, and you see these a tear rolling down his cheek, and he just looks so desperately sad that you're leaving, and looks so kind suddenly, even though he was saying you must die, you feel like it's the way he says it is almost like what you felt when you had to press down and pull on the neck of that rabbit, or however you sort of put it out of his misery. He believes he's doing something right for you. There's no hostility, there's no anything like that, and you feel that, and you.
Oh, I don't know, but he still does want to kill me, though, doesn't he?
But you have the needle, I suppose, and there's still two guys holding him. It looks like you could approach him, and if you can sort of get your voice above the crowd's levels, you start to hear what would it be? The whistles of the police, I suppose.
Yeah, maybe
you do start to hear a whistle.
What I just do is I stay and watch until the police turn up, because I just maybe have this weird sympathy for him that I will make sure they're not too brutal with him. So what that fumble does is just lead me to stay and watch until the police arrive.
Yeah. Lovely. So you do, and it is this weird thing. You're locked in with this guy from across the street. The crowd that's milling around there, obviously more people have joined. The squeeze box player with the old woman puppet has started playing again. So there's this weird dichotomy between the sort of angry crowd noise and sort of what's the word for jigs, reels being played on this sort of ancient old squeeze box, and all the while, the crowd has lost sight of you now, but he hasn't. He's just you can see him, even though there are people passing in front of him, there's this locked on thing in his eyes, and he's just crying more and more the more he looks at you. And eventually, a young sort of constable, you assume, sort of turns up, and you see him being cuffed and led away. He sort of talks to the crowd a bit, but you see him being led away back up towards the police station where you came from. And the crowd sort of, get back to what they were doing before. A few of them sort of come in your direction, but as he's led off, he doesn't break eye contact with you at all, even being dragged backwards. It's like he's hyper-focused on you, and he looks so sad and so he knows what the right thing would be. So, yeah. And maybe that's why we switched to Helen?
Yeah.
I mean, but unless you want to do like some last... unless you want to follow him?
A bit of me feels like I ought to go and find a doctor and say, why is this guy, like, what the fuck?
Well, you do again,
What the
remember,
fuck
like you
has just
feel
happened?
actually now at this point, it's because you like raise your arm to look at the needle again and you feel your skin pulling against skin, you know, like your arm sticking to the side of your chest. You realise like the blood started to, you know, coagulate. And you've got this mess down your side. But you're right by the angel.
I think maybe what I do is I would like to go into the angel.
Yeah.
I've lost track of what our plan was, but I buy a creme de menthe, put it on the table, and put it on the table, and then ask our lovely landlady if she knows of a good doctor that might see me at this hour.
Yeah. Great. Love it. So you do, and Annabelle. So as you make your way into, hello, Reverend. Back already? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Oh, I've just been assaulted on the street.
Oh, what? Really?
I know. No, I'm all right, but it's struck me. I fear I'm.
Oh my God! You're wearing black, right? So I guess it's not very obvious that.
But maybe I sort of touch to see whether
she comes round the bar and sort of touches your side. Oh, you're so through. We should call a doctor.
Yes,
and she like grabs a bar towel and says, "Press that hard. I'll get some ice." And she sort of starts.
Do you know a doctor who would come out, perhaps, or should I?
Oh, of course. I mean, you've money to pay, I suppose. Well, that's not the consideration.
Well, my friend Dr. Carraig-Muire, I think, or Lady Marjorie, I'm sure.
I mean, she actually on that point, you sort of see a light go in her eyes, and she remembers how much she was bribed with the last time she was here. Don't worry about that. I know a doctor, and she sort of bustles off. But she's handed you this sort of bar towel, and she comes back with another one wrapped with a sort of ball of ice in it, and says,
"Filthy old bar towel."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, totally. Grotesquely covered in germs.
I was going to say.
Germs hadn't been invented.
Oh, no, that's true. Yeah. Dr. Semmelweis hadn't gone mad yet.
I think they had, hadn't they? I can't quite remember. They probably had.
Yeah, they probably had at this point.
Only for the elite, for the Europeans.
Well, it was Semmelweis, wasn't it?
But only for the elite few.
Ignaz Semmelweis, which was
Yeah, that was...
I think it was 18...
That was 1800s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I've got this dirty old towel in my armpit, and
yes, so you're there, and I guess you turn to the lounge, the saloon bar.
Yeah.
And we shall see if there is a person or a creme de menthe sat waiting for you.
Of course.
Because we shall now cut over to Lady... So as Lady Helen Marjorie Bjarmia Potts walks down the small walks down the sort of slipway to the beach, reading this new Cthulhu Gaslight edition, saying, "Oh, the artwork's wonderful in this." You've gone out the back of the sweet shop, and you do see Samuel playing with another kid.
Oh, yeah, and I fell down the stones.
Yeah. Slipped over on the cobbles, gone flat on your face. But no, I mean, you've got the time to yourself. I'd say it's about, for you, since we're going simultaneous, it's about 4, maybe, 4:30. And yeah, so the sun's low in the sky. You see Samuel playing out towards the tide on the shore. It looks like he's digging up lugworms again, which, considering what you've just witnessed, maybe isn't surprising.
Oh, little wretch.
And you're on the dolphin side, the Church Street side of the town, so you can see the Angel Inn across the water. There's the bridge if you want to follow around to the left. But yeah, what do you want to do?
Well, I check the time and realise it's still very early. And I wonder what the other two have got up to.
If you want to just go for some fudge and then skip forwards in time, I'd be well up for that.
Well, no, I'm going to go into the nearest alehouse
Yes.
and have a long interaction with an NPC I'm going to force you to invent on the fly.
Oh, lovely. That's what we like. Well, I mean, technically the nearest alehouse would be the Duke of York.
Oh, the second nearest alehouse, then.
Okay. Well, that'll be the Dolphin, where you've been barred.
Oh, bastards.
There are other pubs.
I shall make my way back to the
The Angel. Islington. Yeah, you let Samuel and this other kid, they seem to be playing marbles, picking at worms, all that stuff on the beach.
You've
already
interacted
with him. Oh, it must be.
Marbles
and,
with Derek.
Marbles with Derek. And so, you make your way over the bridge. And
I'm keeping an eye out the whole time, because I'm a bit paranoid after those people were staring at me before the sweep.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're still aware of that sort of the sense you got of being watched by a crowd. Sort of. I mean, I was about to say, obviously now since what Perregrine's been through, but that's probably happening simultaneously. Not quite simultaneously, though, because you do make your way over the bridge, and there are, again, preparations going on. You again, yourself, past the squeeze box player with the striped shirt and the sort of weird puppet hanging from it, and you see the sort of stages being made up. Again, there's this figure out towards the pier of this sort of I mean, it looks like a wooden structure covered in this sort of not quite a dust sheet, but it's like there's something that's been built that's going to be revealed for the festival. You get the impression.
I stop and watch the puppeteer for a moment, and then I talk directly over his squeeze box at him.
Oh yeah,
say, you there? I'm very close. I'm stood about.
Old Sir Royless a hunting went all along and down a lake.
I've got a question for you.
Aye?
I have some questions, not from round these parts, as I'm sure you can tell.
I can tell.
How do you make the little man dance?
Oh, well, strings in it.
Is it?
It is. Look. And he sort of holds up the squeeze box, and it's this sort of witchy-looking old woman with a sort of cowl and everything, very pointed nose. It's a very punch-like puppet on these strings. He says,
what do these folk traditions represent? What do they symbolise? What's it all about?
What does this represent?
Yes, how did you pick up the... Was it handed down father to son, or is it...
Aye, father to son, father to son.
But why?
What do you mean, why?
Well, why do you do it?
Well, why do you dress like that?
I beg your pardon? Well, because I'm a widow.
I just mean tradition, isn't it? Now wrong with tradition.
Yes, tradition, yes.
And my father was a puppet maker and a squeeze box player and an ale drinker, as am I.
And do you live in the area, or do you...
I suppose your mother was a cunt as well.
I beg your pardon. How dare you? You say that? Wretched.
Yeah.
Beast.
Yeah, he looks quite... He goes a bit puce in the cheeks, and he's... I suppose your mother was a cunt as well. You come up here and you... From the south...
Ask a civil question? It sounds like you're from a long line of cunts.
Well, listen.
Wow.
You can listen to my music, or you can not. Or you can go and get yourself a drink somewhere else.
Well, if I've got a fucking choice, I shan't. But unfortunately, there isn't one when you're walking across this bridge, and all you can hear is your infernal squeezing.
Infernal squeezing.
I've got a good mind to go to the police station and have you done for a disturbance of the peace.
Listen, you'll have infernal squeezing in a minute if you're not careful.
I beg your pardon.
Listen, sorry, love, but fuck off and leave me to it. And he starts playing another reel. A jig.
That's infernally squeezing.
Yeah. But he looks quite like he's sort of holding his shit together. But you get the impression he might have a whole plate of fish and chips on this roller, you know.
Well, I walk a bit further along the bridge and I keep my eye out for the biggest, burliest man I can see.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple of dock workers there, quite a few fishermen.
A dock worker would do.
Yeah.
I say, excuse me, I'm terribly sorry to disturb you.
Love.
something terrible's just happened.
What's that?
That man over there with the puppet, he stole...
He just dropped the C-bomb.
He just...
Which we'd like to remind everyone is often used affectionately in England.
Yes, quite right. Yeah.
Not now, though.
Not in this case.
He just stole 5 shillings from me by force. He was very aggressive, and then he said, if I didn't give it to him, he'd give me a damn good squeezing.
This monk.
That one there with the puppet and the squeeze. Yes,
This cunt here.
that's the one. I don't suppose I could impinge upon you to have a word with him, and maybe.
Oh, don't you worry, love. And he immediately downs his plank. He just marches halfway across the bridge, and you just see this guy sort of midway through a wheel. He's sort of going, all along and down a lee and Bolsera, and the guy just grabs him by the throat, pulls the puppet from the squeeze box and just chucks it in the water.
Oh my god.
Stamps on the squeeze box and just batters the cunt. And and you see it sort of people are sort of moving away from it, and he sort of he gives them a couple of good punches, leaves them there sort of sat on the floor looking shocked and bloodied, and he walks back and says, he won't bother you again. Sorry about that, love.
So much. You're a real...
Couldn't find the money on him.
Oh.
You said he took a $5.
It was something like that. Maybe he hid it in his person, but the money doesn't matter. It was the principle that mattered.
I'll go and have a look. And he marches back.
No.
You sure?
No, sir, please wait. No, I'm absolutely sure. You've been a very gallant gentleman, a real knight of the realm. Listen,
Yeah. You say that as he sort of you look at his bloodied knuckles and the sort of thuggish, sort of pig-like expression on his face. You're like, you've been very gallant.
You're obviously, your mother raised you well. The money is not important. It was the principle that mattered. So here, take 5 shillings from me.
Oh, you're very good. Thanks, missus.
And what was your name, sorry?
If anyone else gives you trouble, you know where to find me.
Yes.
My name, Mark.
Mark. It's very nice to meet you.
Mark Jacobs.
Jacobs. Very nice to meet you, Mark.
Well, that's so funny.
Anyway,
he takes the money.
If I need help again,
Tucks it into his
if I need help again, I shall search you out. And if you ever need...
You and your friend Tom Ford.
Yeah. There's some rough types around here. He says, wiping blood from his nose. There's you best be on the lookout.
Yes, well, thank you. Well, if you ever need a patron of any sort, and you're in Oster, be sure to call on Lady Helen Marjorie Bjarmia Potts.
How much is your Patreon?
Very reasonable, actually, I think. But some people disagree.
The low-level tiers. That's what I'm looking at, really.
Yes, yes, you get what you pay for. This is the free stuff, as you can tell.
Looking back, he busies himself again. You get the impression that violence is quite a common thing for this guy. Jokes aside, he's not the smoothest. The smoothest fossil in the box, but you also look back as he sort of turns away and picks up his boxes again. You see the guy, the puppeteer, sort of with a bloodied nose, slightly askance, sat there slumped on the pier, broken squeeze box next to him, puppet drifting down into the harbour.
I don't think Calvin Klein will be bothering me again.
Yeah, you say. Are you heading back towards the Angel, or are you sort of wanting to explore this area a bit more? The sort of...
I wanted...
You do me a spot hidden as you sort of... You've seen this guy. He looks... I don't think you've got a conscience as Lady Helen.
I've got a conscience. I just have a very thin...
The puppeteer, rude as he was, seems utterly fucking bereft and sort of lost and sat there.
Fucking should the little mouthy cunt. Talking to an elderly woman like that in 1880, whatever we're in.
How old is Lady Helen?
I'm 73.
I can't remember. Oh, fuck, okay, yeah, well, that was quite aggressive.
Deserves everything he gets, the bastard.
But Well,
I think we're in like 1901, aren't we?
901?
I was going to say, the problem is we all think we're in 1880 something, but actually we're in 901.
Fucking dark ages, dear.
but you could give me, as you scan about the harbour here, is it about the same area that Perregrine, in about half an hour to 20 minutes, might be having a tricky time?
That's terrible roll. It's a terrible roll.
The guy who's just been thrown in the drink. He wasn't the guy with the old lady puppet, was he?
Yeah.
Well, that's very strange.
Yeah.
Because he's fished it out, has he? Fishes it out.
He's managed to
maybe
get it back out.
Has he?
But it is the same guy.
Oh, God. I saw a ghost.
Yeah. And you think back to the fractal rays and the fact that the sun was setting on the wrong side of the coast, and you yeah. Anyway, so did you want to do a spot hidden?
I did, and I failed terribly, but I think I'll push the roll, actually.
Oh, hello. As you're scanning the crowd, it's like, again, there's a lot of busyness. There's the puppeteers on the bridge looking broken and sort of defeated. This guy's wandered back off with the other tradesmen. But there's still, there's that shape sort of covered by a sort of, something about to be revealed at the end of the pier for the festival, you think, and there's performers struggling. I'll say again, at this point, there's no more estancias, so you don't have to do a Santi roll. But you could do me a spot hidden, considering what you were looking for when you first set out.
So, I'm pushing it by. I'll go to the side of the bridge.
Yeah, how are you pushing it? There's quite a milling about, so it's like you could focus on.
Well, I go to the side of the bridge and lean over and look into the water for a moment, just to make sure that puppet's definitely in the river, in the sea.
You see the shape of a small, elderly woman made of wood, sort of drifting out towards ebbing out towards the sea, as it were.
I sort of lean over to look at it.
Spit on it.
That's more like it. Okay, 22 on a 53. That's a hard success.
Like it.
Hard. Well played. Oof.
So as you sort of lean over,
tense. A bit tense.
Not the bridge, but the sort of edge of the bridge. As you lean over and sort of, you do see the puppet drifting away. You also catch a gleam in a reflection on the sort of the harbourfront water, and you look up and you see you realise it's like the glint of a flame or something. You look up to where it's coming from. There's along the side by the fish huts, by the sort of gutting houses, you see candles being lit, and you see sort of a gathering of people, and a couple of people in sort of white sort of gowns, I suppose, and there's sort of flowers and candles happening. It seems like an odd little gathering in the middle of this sort of. I know there's a festival being taken, being prepared for, but
gatherings.
This is quite an industrial part of the docks, so it's an odd little gathering to be happening in the middle of these gutting houses. And you notice it was a regular success, right?
A hard success.
It was a hard success. So you see the two travelling girls, Bjarmia and Shonuk. I think you knew they were called. I know they mostly spoke to Dr. Carraig-Muire, but they seem to be the centre of this little gathering. And
do they?
It's like they sort of had sort of flower headdresses placed on their heads, and it's like a weird. It's like there's a little play being rehearsed. It could be a production of Midsummer Night's Dream. Is the vibe?
Do they?
There's nothing sinister. It's just you've noticed them, and I know you were setting out to maybe try and talk to them if you could find them. So. There they are.
Do they look like willing participants?
Yeah, they don't look. There's no element of sort of coercion that you could tell. It seems like quite a jolly little situation.
Well, in that case, I shall march down there directly and interfere.
Excellent. Quite right. Yes. No coercion. We'll see about this.
Yeah. Coercions. I went plural in my excitement.
As you sort of round the corner of the docks, the other end of the bridge, and sort of wend your way through this crowd towards the the gap between the gutting stations. You approach, and there's this. It's like a small, like wooden. It's a platform, really. It looks like the sort of thing they'd have you imagine clog dancing or some fucking awful shit. Like, you see the couple of people in like white gowns. There's again, it looks very much like they're rehearsing for some sort of play, or like you think of mummers, I suppose. And the two girls are there wearing these flower garlands that you recognise from Dr. Henry talking to after the sort of carriage crash, I suppose. And they all seem quite enthusiastic. There's like a fiddle player going, and there's a lot of hustle and bustle. Did you want to sort of approach the girls or the people, or
I think I watch them.
Are you just going to observe for a bit?
But I stand very close. I'm sort of at the foot of the stage, just watching very intently.
Well, you see them sort of. I guess the impression you get, it's sort of like it's quite a modern American reference, I suppose, but like a wedding rehearsal. You know those things they do when they sort of like. It seems less like a play and more like so you'll move here and you come up here, and there's people with like, you can see music sheets and things like that, and the girls are sort of being led through this routine, it seems, maybe like a sort of choreographed, like a sort of ritualistic thing. It seems like it might be not religious, but like, folkloric. You've already seen some pretty weird local traditions since you've been here, so it's not exactly... it doesn't exactly stand out in that sense. It's more the fact that you were just looking for these girls. So
I say,
that's
Is this for the festival?
Huh? Aye. Guy turns around and turns back. And
what does it signify?
Huh? Well, we're picking the. It's Festival of the Sea.
Is it? Well, I don't know anything about it, I'm afraid.
The bounty of the sea, and we always have. Usually it's one, princess, but we're crowning two this year.
Oh, what happens?
Couldn't pick between them.
I see.
Too beautiful.
Yes, well, quite.
And he sort of turns and winks at the girls, and then
I see.
They come back on.
And what are the duties of the Sea Queen, or whatever they're called?
Hold on. And he sort of turns back to you and says, they're a figurehead, aren't they? They helm the ceremony, we crown them, we go out on the boats, and we bring in the bounty of the sea, is the hope. Anyway.
I see, you don't throw them overboard then.
No, not typically. And turns back, he seems quite good-natured, he's not, he seems like a modern-day theatre director. But no, he seems quite...
I murder him.
Reasonable. Yeah, I would.
No, I get on the stage.
But the girls seem happy enough.
Get
okay.
involved, I say.
Okay.
Well, I have a few more questions, actually. This is all very interesting. We don't have anything like this in Oster.
Hold on. Sorry, love. Just a moment, girls. And you see the girls actually sort of recognise you. One of them says, how are you doing, missus?
Yes, very good, thank you very much. I just saw you from over there, and I thought I recognised...
That handsome doctor still with you?
No, I don't know where he's got to. I'm sure he'll be along soon.
You can't leave me in here.
You hear a wail from deep below the drain in the earth.
But I saw you from over there, and I thought I recognised those girls. I should say hello, but then I see you're in the middle of practising for your festival.
Oh no, Jesus, it's fine. Like, we're just here to dance and sing and, play a bit of music. Yeah, have a bit of crack, but, I ain't gonna turn down being crowned a princess.
Yes. May I borrow you for a second? There's something I need to talk to you about. Well, you wouldn't mind, would you, I say, turning to the director man? I'm joking about the director, but he does seem to be running the show to an extent. He sort of says, no, of course. Well, we got plenty to get on with. Jolly good.
Take 5. He doesn't say. Thanks, 5. But no, the girls sort of... Yeah, are you talking to both?
Yes, I take them aside. I say, I went...
They're sort of... They have these... Sorry. They have these sort of... they're dressed as they were, but they have these flower garlands in their hair. And they seem to have had sort of... They've been accessorising, let's say. But it seems like they're sort of, boosting their costume for some sort of festival. It all seems to make sense, what the guy's been saying. They say, what's wrong? Something the matter?
I don't think you should get on that boat.
Why?
I think there's something deeply strange about this festival, and I think you're in danger.
You mean the boat on the day?
Yes.
No, come on. No. It'll be a laugh, sure.
I don't think it'll be a laugh. I think it'll be a murder.
What? Did you say that? Yeah. Well, you see the one that you know as Gioria sort of turn to Shonnock, and you see like a sort of serious look, and she goes, well, we talk around the corner,
Yes. Quickly.
And then they sort of, come around with you, like just around the edge of like the red brick gutting building. It says, what the fuck are you talking about? A murder?
What do you know about this festival?
Are you right?
What do you know about this festival?
Well, like, listen, we just come here. It's any one of any fucking festivals they have around the coast. We go around, pardon my French, but like we go around, we sing, we dance. Well, I mean, we dance, we don't really play, but like, you know, Father, he plays, and the boys will play, and you know, like between us, you know, we'll have a party. It's fine.
Have you done this festival before? This one?
No. I think they said it hadn't been on for a few years.
Yes.
You know?
I don't think this is a normal festival. I think something strange is going on in this town, and I don't want you to be a part of it. I think something terrible could happen to you. I went to your sweet shop and I spoke to the couple there.
Oh, you went there? Is that where the doctor is?
No.
You say it like that?
Well, no, because I don't.
Right. You're being awful edgy, missus.
I got a reason to be edgy. I was just abused by a squeeze box player.
Well, welcome to Whitby, I suppose. I mean, we're not locals, but... No, but right, so listen. You're worried about us. Don't worry about us. We're fine. Like, we'll be careful. The fellas here, they seem friendly enough. I mean, all they want us to do is get up on the platform, say a few words, and we wear the fucking things, and like, you know, we'll have a drink, we'll be the toast of the fucking town. I mean, you must know yourself from being a young woman, like, it's fine. We'll be grand. We know how to take care of ourselves, she says, and clicks her knuckles and gives you a wink.
Let me tell you something. I had a friend who's, we think, possibly dead or not, or worse. And not so long ago, I came to this place.
Wait, do you say that?
Yes.
Dead or not, or worse?
Yes.
Is that a phrase?
No.
Holy fuck.
No, it's the truth.
What do you mean by worse?
Well, I'm getting to it.
What's worse? No, but genuinely, like, Shonnock turns to her sister. You assume they're sisters, I suppose, and sort of turns back to you and says, what do you mean worse? Worse than dead?
Yes.
What the fuck is worse than dead?
Well, when I came up here previously, I was looking for my friend, and I had to go to Robin Hood's Bay.
All right.
While I was in Robin Hood's Bay, I met a group of people who are called the Crows. I stayed at their awful guest house.
Crows, rings a bell. Aye.
I've never given such a scathing review on Booking.com, but...
Wife. Wow, that bad, was it? 2 stars?
I had to throw myself out of a window to kill the landlady.
You fucking didn't.
It's too complicated. It's too complicated.
Fair play, missus. And she, like, goes in for a fist bump.
I pat her fist in a very caring way and hold...
You cabbage it.
I hold it in both hands and pat it.
Yeah.
I was in terrible danger. I didn't even realise. I was like you, blind to the dangers that are around me. It's like being underwater. You can't see what's coming up from below until it's too late. And then it's fight or flight, you see. And if you can't swim, you'll drown. Do you understand me?
Well,
it's a metaphor.
No, I gotta be honest, I'm not sure I fucking do.
Well, maybe this will make it clear. While we were there, we learned that there was a shipwreck. 2 girls, well, a group of puppeteers or performers or some such. I can't remember. It was a long time ago.
A group of puppeteers, is it?
They died. Anyway, when I first saw you, I was taken aback because I was so convinced you were they. But now...
We were they? Well, I thought you said they died.
Yes. And...
Well, how could we be they?
Well, I've been reassured you're not, but since then, I've been shown by this ghastly little boy some worms. And if he buries the worms round here, they grow. They come back again. So I have this awful feeling, and I know this sounds completely insane, but I think if you spend enough time here, you'll realise I'm speaking absolute sense. I have this awful feeling. You have died in this situation before.
Wait. You're blowing my fucking gourd here. Like, what are you saying? We've died here before. Which little boy are you talking about? I mean,
you don't want to meet him. He's an awful little wretch.
What? She points over, like, across the river, and across the harbour side, and she goes, I mean, those little fuckers down there. Cheeky bastards.
Probably. Is he playing marbles with Derek?
Well, you look over, and, I mean, you can't tell from this distance, but it is where you saw them last. Derek and... You assume Derek. And Samuel sort of picking lugworms and knocking marbles together. She goes, what, those fuckers?
Yeah.
Aye. They gave us a right earful earlier. Cheeky, aren't they?
They are. Repulsive.
He said what? That we'd died?
No, he didn't say that. This is a conclusion I've come to on my own.
Right.
He showed me some lugworms that he killed one.
Aye.
And cut it in half.
Right.
And then he planted it in the soil. And they knitted back together. So it's possible that you were killed only to be brought back to do this ritual, you see? This festival.
You see, she sort of, Shonnock's face sort of blanches and sort of, is that the word? Yeah. Turns to Gioria. You see, like, a momentary but quite deep look between them. Gioria says, is that Doctor? He's at the sweet shop, is he? Will we find him for you?
I'm not mad.
No, of course you're not. Of course. But, like, we're okay. We can handle ourselves. Like, no offence to you, missus, but we're not dead. We're alive. Look at us.
You're not dead, but you may have been dead, or something like you. At the very least, this has happened before, with such startling similarities that goes way beyond coincidence.
Well, listen, love, I hate to tell you, but you sound mad.
I know I sound mad, but I would sound mad. I've been accosted by a man dressed so convincingly as an owl that I thought it was a giant owl.
Yeah. Well, they look at each other again, and one of them sort of goes, Brian, will we go through the steps again? Sorry, love. We can help you find your doctor again if you want. Just wait around here. We'll not be a minute, but don't worry about us, honestly.
I just don't want this on my conscience. I had to say something, and now I've said it. And so if you do go out on that stupid boat for whatever this pagan nonsense is, and you get murdered, well, I hope your last thought is, that woman wasn't mad. She was right.
Wow. And they look at each other again, and then look back at you and sort of seem quite kindly.
I'm not the crazy person here. This town is crazy. Everyone in Yorkshire's crazy.
It's all right, love. Don't worry. Now, listen. We'll crack on, but, like, hang around and we'll help you get back to your sweet shop. They're good there. Do you want to do me, like, a psychology or... Well, one of them, Gioria, sort of, has already... She walks back towards Brian, as he was apparently called.
Brian O'Brien.
She sort of stretches and adjusts the garland on her head. And you could either give me a psychology or a spot hidden, depending on which one you're watching. Like, if you're sort of focused on Shonnock, who's still with you.
Oh, can I do a combined roll? Oh, my psychology and spot hidden are the same anyway.
Yeah. Oh, well, there you go.
I shan't be patronised. My godfather was the governor of Hong Kong. It's a 25. That's a hard success on psychology and spot hidden.
Interesting. So
that's what you will.
Well,
keeper of the secrets of the squeeze box musicians.
Nice. That's a good new one. So Shonnock, who is the one who sort of stayed with you, she seems a bit more caring. They sort of exchange a look, and then Gioria, the one that you know seems to be called Gioria, sort of wandered back to the stage, and sort of starts stretching and like adjusting the flower garlands on her and all of that stuff. Shonnock, who you're next to, when you realise, like, when you mentioned just before the other left, Billy and the boat and all of that stuff, was it a hard success?
Yeah.
Yeah. You get the impression that, like, Gioria, who's the one who's walked off, she was the one with the bluster sort of going, oh, we're fine, missus. Like, she was the one who was, like, the most vocal. You notice in Shonnock's eyes there was, like, a little key of recognition, and you get the impression that actually the look between them was her almost sort of directing the other one to leave. So it's like you get the impression they might not think you're mad. They might recognise something in what you're saying, but you don't get the impression that there's fear or anything. So perhaps they're part of they know that there's some sort of there's a knowing, basically. I guess from a psychology role, I'm trying to think if I can give you anything more there. I don't think I can, but like as you're sort of getting this sense, you get the sense suddenly of like there's less vulnerability than you at least at first thought.
And
as you realise that, you look over at Gioria, and you see her sort of stretch up like that, adjust the flower garland, and you just know there's just something odd about her form. You suddenly like the way she's standing, and you realise that, like, as her sort of her top and dress sort of pull apart as she stretches up, there's no belly button. It's like there's some sort of you just see the smooth flank of skin, and it just draws your eye.
I thought you had gone mad. You're absolutely right.
I think in that moment, if Shonnock's still there next to me, I grab her by the arms in a tender way.
Yeah.
Draw her close, and I say, I know you know the truth, and you've got to tell me, because it's driving me mad. Do you know Robert Thompson?
She leans in. She looks initially. She's sort of. Are you grabbing her head, or are you just sort of grabbing her by the shoulders,
just by the arms?
Yeah, she's sort of. You see her eyes flick straight over to Gioria on the stage, but straight back to you, and she sort of lets you bring her in, and then she says, "I can show you the truth." And she says, "Look," and she like rummages about in her pocket and pulls out a little bottle, and just dabs it out on her palm and says, I mean, this'll do. And she just blows it in your face. And you get this sudden overwhelming feeling of like a sort of heightened awareness, and also like a lessening of muscle function. And you just feel it's like that first hit of like a spliff or something. And everything goes a bit fractal, shall we say.
No one told me that in Irish pubs, or at least the one we went in, that we went into one. There was a guy at the door. We were sort of lingering by the door, being like, should we go in here? It doesn't look busy from the outside. And there was a guy at the door who went, are you coming in? And we said, oh, yeah, probably. And he went, well, that was the hard sell, wasn't it? And we went in, and it was packed. It was absolutely rammed. It was like 5 deep at the bar. Wasn't room to walk around the pub even. And we were like, oh, we're fucked. And now he's brought us in. We're fucked. And then a guy came over and went, what is it, 3 of you? And we were like, yeah. And he was like, all right, we'll get you in. Come on, follow me. And he walked us all the way around the pub till he got to this booth with this middle-aged couple in. And he was like, can these lads come in here with you? Would you budge up? And they were like, yeah, come in. And then he was like, what do you want? And we were like, oh, 3 Guinnesses. 3 Guinnesses, all right. And we were like, fucking hell, this is brilliant. And every 10 minutes, more pints, you're right. Oh, we're fine. No tips. It was great. I was like, why can't all pubs be like this? Wonderful. And then of course the middle-aged couple started chatting to us, and they were telling us all the places we should go in Cork, which we didn't have time to do.
Oh yeah, of course.
It was like, you Guinness. You should be drinking the Murphy's. That's the local one. He was drinking a Guinness. He was
That's the
like,
classic.
oh, you want to try the Murphy's? Oh. But Murphy's is brewed in Cork, and we were like, oh right. He said, but you should also try the Beamish, which is also brewed in Cork.
Oh, yeah.
All right. But they're both owned by Heineken now. I used to drink the Murphy's, but then I got sick of the Murphy's, so I moved over to the Beamish. It's not as... it's a bit too creamy for my liking, so I stopped on the Beamish. Now I'm on the Guinness, but we've just come back from Dublin. It's a Dublin drink. We were like, right, okay. And then he said, you've got to go and have a look at the clock. Oh, the church up by where you're staying. It's called the Four-Faced Liar. Because each clock face...
The four-faced liar.
Because each
good
clock face tells a different time, and none of them are correct.
That's such a fucking good name for a pub, and a great concept for a...
No, it's a church. It's the church.
Oh, the four-faced liar. Oh, I see. I thought you said a pub.
No.
Although it is a good name.
It's Ireland. All the pubs are called Mr. McWhirter's pub.